Okay, we're going to move to the inside of the car now, and in order to get a full thorough scene of all of this and the fact that water's been leaking down underneath this whole carpet, I'm going to remove the entire thing. So first thing is pulling the panel off, the plastic panels off the sides here and here. Swing around here, grab these. So look. So this is the panel that comes off of here. It is straight clips, just metal covered plastic clips straight across. So basically at any point here you can just kind of grab it and pull it straight out to the side, and it pops right off. That one's easy. Same thing over on the door kick panel. That goes along the door on the side here, and in you'll notice all of those notches, and this time it's plastic pegs that go along here. It's like last time I pulled this off once before, I did lose one of them. But again, this one you just pull straight up and out, just kind of feed it out of the rubber seal right there. All right, so those two are out of the way, and the next thing needs to happen is the seat needs to come out. To do this, we're gonna slide it forward. So step one is disconnecting the seat belt here, and so otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be stuck to the whole thing. So I'm gonna get a small thin screwdriver. This is a plastic cover that's just capping it. So I'm going to pull that cap off and then get to the bolt underneath it. All right, so what I'm showing here, got in this case a scraper putty knife. You can kind of work the putty knife down into there, and then pop the panel off. Ugh. Try that again. All right. So got under there, popped it, and you see it pop, comes right out as a just attached plastic. And you're gonna go ahead and undo that bolt right there. Okay. Loosen the bolt. There's actually a metal washer that goes behind this thing, because all of this is kind of like sandwiched together. So yeah. Gonna need to put the camera down for a minute, because this does take two hands to pull this off. So. Okay, so what I wound up doing, so we take the bolt all the way out. You'll see that there's kind of a threaded metal portion behind it. It's kind of flopping around. But what we got to do next is, again, I used pry tool. In this case, got in here, and then just kind of slightly pop. And it disconnects disconnects and dislodges it right there. All right, so let's see. So you should be able to pull the rest of it off just fine. Be mindful that this that metal washer is just kind of bobbling around in there. It basically sits between here, and it's sandwiched in between the actual seat belt and the plastic clip. So now with that out, you just kind of push down, and you'll see that this is the bottom of the seat belt assembly, so that swings away. So now you're good to go and taking the seat out the rest of the way. So before taking the seat out, what you need to do is, before you mechanically take it out, you need to electrically disconnect it. So sliding the seat all the way back, and you flap up this little split in the panel, you'll see the electrical connector sitting right there. It's also supposed to be pegged in down there. Now, we'll admit that I pulled the seat out once before and didn't bother sticking the peg back in, but it's stuck into that hole that's right there on the back side. All right, so let's go ahead and disconnect this Again, it's a little difficult to get your hand in there and work with it. It is pegged in on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mechanically disconnect the seat and then slide it forward and tilt it backwards so that I have easier access to where the electrical connector is on it, because it's kind of a pain in the butt. So in order to do that, I'm going to slide the seat forward. Again, should have done this when I had the seat belt disconnected. Okay, to remove the two bolts on the back of the seat, you will need a T50. It's a T50, yep, T50 Torx head driver. And again, that's removing the bolt here and here. Helps you go in the proper direction. Also helps to have a breaker bar or a impact wrench when removing these. So I'm going to go get one of those. Okay, used a breaker bar to loosen it up about a quarter of a turn or so. It's easier to get in right here. Of course, yes, you can use an impact wrench. Standing in that recess, so I'm just kind of turning the driver itself to get it up and out. All right, so that's the first one. Still want a little tighten. You notice your car may have had a plastic cap over this one that needs to be removed first. I think I just popped it off and didn't bother putting it back on. It was really just, kind of protecting, covering that area. Okay, so both the bolts are out now. Now the chair is held in on the front, kind of like hooked in. So you should be able to just kind of, just press on it, and then you push up, and you see it lifts right up, and then so you can push up on it and then pull it backwards towards you a little bit to dislodge it from the pins on there. So let's see if we can do that. All right, so slid it back just a touch off of there. Let's see, should just lift up and out. Okay, so it is out. I can feel them on there. So I'm going to swing around here. All right, so I'm going to tilt back on a little bit. And again, you see there's the electrical connector, and you see the tangs, and those are the teeth that are fitting into that double tang on both sides right there, or the tabs I should say, and slot that are holding everything together. All right, so there it is. You got a little bit clearer access to the connector now, and you'll have to use two hands. Got to press down on a tab on the one side to pull this connector out. Okay. So I've disconnected it. So what needs to happen is you need to press down on that right there, because inside this side of the connector is a little clip. You see that one right there. That little clip is holding on to that right there. So that's why it needs to be pressed down. And then it's really not that, doesn't take a whole lot of force to to remove that. All right, so now we got the seat disconnected. So what I found Easiest way of getting this seat out of here without hitting the dashboard and all of that is actually to lay it flat and take it out through the back door. So if you haven't already done it, the recline lever is right here. So I'm gonna push down on this and get the seat to lay back. All right, so it's about as flattened as it can be. And again, this is one of those need two hands kind of deal. So I'm gonna lift it up and just pull it straight out of this door this way. Part of that, and I should note, what's easiest is to kind of lift it up and rotate it and lay it on its side so it's like this when you're coming out. Now when you're pulling it out though, make sure, because the rails are sticking down, make sure that you don't scrape the metal rails across the rear seat, the rear bottom portion of the seat, which actually we got to remove this anyway, so you can pull it out. It's just you grab it in the front and pull straight up and it pops in. It's held in with pegs, so you can either remove it or do it the hard way like I'm about to. Okay, I do not recommend doing it the hard way, because I wound up just coming back and doing it the easy way. Again, the rear seat is held in. 1, 2, 3. This basically just these plastic clips in there, and you see on the bottom here, it's basically these metal loops. So it's really not much that can go wrong with pulling these out, unless you yank the plastic peg out of here. Anyway, okay, so pulling the carpet out of here, probably the easiest thing is, again, these side panels, I just put my hand under here and pulled up slightly. You can hear the first pop. 2, 3. All right, so that one's up and out of the way. Let's see, 3 clips, 3 slots, and then there's the kind of a lineman tab that fits in back there. All right, set that over on the side. And you can do the same to this here. I'm probably just gonna kind of pull out a little bit and run it out. Well, I don't know. Let's see here. So there's actually kind of like a hard-shaped, like foam molded section underneath here, so it's going to hold its shape when you pull the thing out. So, but it's got some give to it. So you just keep pulling it out. There we go. So just kind of lift it under. That side, that's free all the way up. Do the same thing over here. What's nifty about these first generation Volts is that, it's not one continuous piece of carpet molding on that goes from one side to the other, because the batteries are actually coming through the center here. So each one of these is its own carpeting pocket. Apparently most folks don't have issues with moisture collecting on the driver's side. So you only have to mess with half the car. So, all right, we got it out here. Getting up around this. I'm just gonna start lifting up. Get this plastic bit back through here. There we go. Ugh, fighting the plastic. All right, that's that side, that's that side. I'm gonna scoot my butt out of the car so I can pull this out. Grab it by the middle, lift it up. Now I'm just kind of pulling it forward. Lift up, pull it forward. Oh, there we go.